Hi everyone, today I wanted you to meet a gorgeous little girl called Millie. Here we are. Hi everyone, I'm Lynn from Cavy Central Guinea Pig Rescue. Hi everyone, I have got this gorgeous little girl here today to demonstrate something with you about fungal. And fungal, as you know, is something that appears on guinea pigs in different areas at different times, with or without mites. But this particular area is more to do with them having contact with the ground. So it's her little feet that I want to share with you. So you can see she's absolutely beautiful in her health and appearance. Her ears, we've checked, have nothing there, no fungal anywhere on her body. But when we look at her feet, we've got some unusual things to share with you. So I'm just going to tip her up so that you can look carefully at these little digits. And what you'll notice is almost calcification, like bunions, I guess we'd be similar with humans, but it's hard compressed skin. And in amongst that, we have fungal. Now what you'll notice with her little feet is that she has a very scaly pad, and with the pads of her feet you'll notice little ridges of hard skin. And quite often you can have a guinea pig that has no signs of any problems, but down here on the feet it's really important to take a look at them, and you can see how hard and scaly these little feet are. So what we're going to do is look at how we can improve that so that she is a little bit more comfortable. It's not bothering her at the moment, but I imagine that hard scaly feet like this with this cracking could eventually break through, and then that makes the foot vulnerable to infection, which of course we know once there's infection in the foot pad, that can lead to bumblefoot. So we're going to take a little look at how we can treat these gorgeous little feet, just to make sure that they are in tip-top shape. Okay, so what can we do with little feet like this? Well, they essentially need a barrier between the pad of the foot and the surface area. Now to do that we can use a number of different things. We recommend, of course, Malaseb, which you've seen before, and you can dilute that and then wipe that using a cotton tip like this between the toes, the digits, or you can use other creams and products like this one. I rather like this, which is paw cream with aloe vera. It's really lovely on the feet, and the advantage of this sort of a product is that it actually softens and then moves onto the skin, not leaving any residue. If we use a product like Dactarin, which is an antifungal cream, which is great, it has its uses, it also is quite thick. And if guinea pigs are then inclined to lick their feet, we don't want them eating this. So that's one of the reasons I prefer like a liquid dilute Malaseb or something like that aloe vera, which isn't going to interfere with them, as opposed to a thicker cream like a Dactarin, which can be eaten. So that's not so good, is it? All right, we're going to, let's have a look at how we might use the Malaseb to begin with. So what I'm doing here, I've got some dilute Malaseb in water, and I'm just going to go down between each of the digits, rotating this around between each toe, and that is just applying an antifungal. You can see from the colouring that's come away that there's a little bit of a problem there. So just on this girl actually lives indoors as well, which is really interesting, but she does have grass time. So having grass time when grasses are moist can of course mean there's more moisture getting on the paws and into these little ridges of the feet. As guinea pigs age as well, they also get more more age-looking feet. So their digits start to curl around more, their weight bearing changes, and of course this shows on the feet when they come in. So let's just do the pad underneath. We're just wiping around. You can see we've actually removed here a little spur, foot spur, where they're trimmed back. No, what are we doing to that foot? We're just giving it a clean. And with this being dilute, it's an antifungal product, which is great, but it also means that no residue will be on the foot and able to be absorbed. So we're just wiping that in and around, cleaning the pad really carefully, and you can see the difference there. So I'll just hold her up so that you can see her little front paws. Hopefully you can see how gorgeous she is. Okay, so we're going to do the same with these bottom feet, and I'll just lay her against me so you can watch and see how the little paws are. First thing I will do is clip those nails. Let's do that, hey? Let's clip those before we begin because they're pretty long down here. And if you haven't seen our techniques for clipping nails, we have some brilliant techniques for beginners that ensure you will not hurt their feet in any way. So maybe I'll pop a link to those up above, because you can certainly towel wrap them. There's a number of ways. If your piggies are not used to this, she's pretty calm, this girl, so all is fine. But I'm just going to move those back. Right, now that we've got those shorter, if we look at the top section of the foot, you'll notice there's quite a bit of scaliness occurring even on the top level. And this scaliness is of course dried skin, which then, you know, when moisture's out, let's see if I can move that off a little bit. You'll see what I mean. See how the hair is coming off with it? So this chunky scaliness on these back feet is something that she's a little bit prone to. So we're going to use again the dilute Malaseb, and let's have a look at this foot first so we can apply that to the digits and between the digits, cleaning them out. It's quite a bit of material there. Oh, don't know if you can see that dropping off. Little chunks of hard skin. They're accumulating in the toes, and this is so important that when you check your guinea pigs, you don't just look at the furred area. You actually notice these finer changes, because fungal spores love moist conditions, and when of course they groom themselves, touch their ears, move their little claws up through their hair and coat, I know it's a bit odd me doing it like this in this position, but so everyone can see your feet. Yeah, but what happens is the fungal spores then settle on other areas, and if they're moist, they then continue to multiply. Okay, now if we have a look at the top of that foot now, as compared with the one on the left, what you will notice is that this one is still scaly and flaky, where the one on the right isn't. I'm hoping you can pick that up well enough with the camera. So let's continue to do this foot. This time we're going to look at the underside. And again, just moving around. If she were having a bath, her feet would be damp and of course be treated in the antifungal solution that we use, which is again, Malaseb as a shampoo. If you're using another variant, then again, if it's got antifungal properties, it would work because they're standing in the water. But in this instance, I'm just wanting a bit of up close attention with these little pads of hers to share with you the sort of things that we see that need attention. So it's a little bit like a piggy pedicure, don't you think? There we go. So let's take a look now at these feet. Let's hold her up. You can see a little bit better the changes we've made. Okay, let's now take a look at her other foot. We're going to do the same thing. Oh, it's very scaly in here. Really scaly, flaky. Let's move a little bit of that around. We've got to this little foot just on time. And it's really uncomfortable for them too. And I know that, you know, my own feet, if I get cracked, see that hard scaly lump that's fallen off? It's really hard cracked skin. I've dropped it in. There we go. Okay. See how hard that little chunk is? That's just one chunk that's come off that foot. Continue working on this one just to clean it up a bit, making her feel a bit better. And there we are. That little foot is going to be feeling so much better. Look at it now. Not as scaly at all. We've gotten rid of all the grimy skin. And there. Yeah. This is another reason that when you do choose to give your guinea pigs a bath, that you choose something like a medicated wash to use with them, because you're treating all areas, not just the top section that you can see, but these little tiny feet that had the issue. If we look at them now, they're looking really beautiful, not scaly, lovely and soft. So we've really cleaned them up an enormous amount. Okay, to finish with, I'm now going to apply some of this, which is like a gel, and we simply do a little foot massage with that. And it really is very soft, adds moisture to the feet, and in part protects them from this happening again. So if you do this with your little piggies every now and then, you'll find that there are no scaly issues occurring, and then the risk of bumblefoot occurring is less. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to do the front paws as well. This is really soft. If you use something like a Manuka honey, they actually love that, and the problem is they'll lick their feet a lot, but that aside, it sticks to everything. This, I find, really just moves into those dry areas, is absorbed fairly quickly, so there's nothing that becomes a problem in terms of licking or eating or having substrate stuck to their feet. Other things that we use here, witch hazel. We love witch hazel. Calendula cream is another one, which is fantastic. So there's always something that you can make use of in terms of just softening and protecting these little feet so that problems don't commence. It's a little old foot. Make it feel a whole lot better. Okay. So there we have it. She's got new feet. She's ready to go. I'm going to go give her some grass now. Let me show you up close as well. She's ready to go. Bye everyone.